my ancestors and elders and pay homage to the elders whose traditional lands we are on today. Wominjeka, welcome.
The late 1950s, just touching 1960, the Royal Children's allowed daily visiting. And that's what led to a Ronald McDonald House and a planning of one in 1985. The Royal Children's and McDonald's had a great relationship getting this house off and going. I'm going back to the start now, but what you've got to realise is that these families had nowhere prior to this. They used to just get a stretcher bed and stay in the playroom, and then they'd have to pack it all up, or they'd actually stay in their car.
Ronald McDonald House Parkville is effervescent, it's ongoing, it's constant. We have so much activity all the time. We're there, we manage 52 families. That's what our capabilities are, and that's what we do. It's so synonymous with the area, I think. You know, it's like, okay, everyone knows where Royal Children's Hospital is, but this amazing site of all these terrace houses, it's hard to imagine us not being close to the hospital, not having access, and families not having that access to the hospital so readily. I just don't know what that landscape would even look like if we weren't there. So many families that we do cater for and that, you know, house for such a long time, that if we're not there, where do these families go?
When Nicholas was diagnosed with his cancer, it was the end of his grade 6 year. To have a diagnosis like this and the immediate, you must go to Melbourne, he must attend the Royal Children's Hospital, it was a case of how are we going to do this from the distance of living in Bendigo? We were very quickly put onto the Ronald McDonald service that was being offered. And for us it was an absolute godsend.
Somebody at the time said, well, you're probably going to have to stay overnight for periods of time. Do you know about Ronald McDonald House? And I had, at that stage, didn't know anything about Ronald McDonald House. I probably had heard about it, but it didn't mean it to me. And I said, what exactly is that? And they said, oh, it's a building across the road where parents can stay while the children go through treatment. You might be there for a night, you might be there for a week, you might be there for a month.
Ronald McDonald House for me really created a home away from home for my family. Knowing that mum and dad and my brothers and sister would be just across the road at the Parkville house meant that if I was ever having a bad day or feeling you know, a bit down or just needing some family there to cheer me up or take my mind off things, they were just a quick phone call away and could be there at any time of the day or night.
You felt you were coming into a home of sorts. There were people there who obviously knew the stress that families were under. There were so many support services offered through Ronald McDonald House. So you felt special, even though the circumstances were fairly dire in some situations.
We came here on the early June last year, early June 2020. We spent a week in another apartment and then we managed to get a room here. So a long time that we've been calling Ronnie Mac Victoria our house, our home. Yeah, and it's been fantastic ever since. Something like this happened and your child is sick, everything changes, like life stops, but actually keeps going behind the scenes. So you need solutions for problems that you cannot deal with at the moment. And I think Ronnie Mac fulfill most of that, because they basically say, you take care of your child, we'll take care of you, you know, in a way. So they give you the house, the linen, food, support. They ask if you're doing well, but from the heart, for real, you know. They're always there on top of you, seeing that making sure that you're fine, that you're doing all right, and making sure that you look after yourself and that you can keep up with looking after your child. So it's been everything, you know what I mean? It's just having the support of every little detail, they look after it, so it's fantastic.
Families often say after their first stay, you know, you can't realise what an impact we have made that journey easier for them, but they had no concept of what was available. You know, pantry donations, making sure that there's always food around, because families don't sometimes have those resources and are unable to go and food shop or cook. So it's just making sure that, you know, we still have those financial support services through the donations to make sure our pantries are stocked. We've got meals in the freezer if families are unable to cook. Clean beds, laundry service, just all those additional activities that people just don't realise we do.
There's been enormous changes in the house since it first opened with 18 rooms. I think we're now expanded 5 times in that period along Gatehouse Street and at the rear of Gatehouse Street. So we've gone from like 18 to 41, and then, you know, another few rooms to 45, and then we got up to 52 in total for families along that precinct, so which is a great achievement. We also started that phase where we started working together with other hospitals, and we put family rooms at Wodonga with Albury Wodonga Health, and then at Sunshine and Northern. And then there's a much bigger picture that, you know, around 2016 onwards was the merge of the 3 incorporated associations at Parkville, Monash and Hobart. The RMHC mission to me means really keeping families close, keeping them together, providing them support, but also them being able to receive support from other families, from our organisation, ensuring that we have great facilities and programs, that we keep trying to enhance them. We were also doing things like art therapy with the oncology unit. We introduced pet therapy. One beautiful story, we had a young girl, Leah, who absolutely loved Sam. And I probably think that the testament to our organisation and pet therapy was Leah didn't want to go to Disney World, or she didn't want to go to Sea World or Movie World. She was in palliative care. What they asked and what Leah wanted was that Sam would come and spend a day with her at home, and that was her wish, and that happened probably 2 days before she passed away.
Look, for all of the families, I can empathise with the actual nature of being so shocked that your world changes so dramatically because of the situation that you find yourself with an ill or injured child. Your family life is turned upside down. And then to have the likes of Ronald McDonald House offering you that comfort, that security, and again, you just have to live in the moment that you're in, do the best for your child, do the best for your family, and be forever grateful for the likes of Ronald McDonald House.